Don, the first time the members of the Citizens Committee approached you with our rationale for the need for a community college, your response was, "I believe in it. You put the details together and I will do my best to carry it." You further stated, "I will need a well-outlined and documented justification of need to carry to the legislature." This document was developed by Bob Darrell and Dave Boink and Dave Atkinson and others. In our next meeting with Don, he stated that Owensboro and Davis County needs the community college. Western Kentucky needs it. And I'm going to work on it until we bring it home. And bring it home you did, Don. This man literally put this project on his back and carried it for this community. Don, if you recall then, as now, we were all looking for that magic industry or industries which could economically save our community. You delivered an industry which can, through its process of education, provide the training and support services needed to attract and maintain all kinds of growth industries in our community. On behalf of the Citizens Committee and the citizens of our region, both present and future, please accept our thanks for an unparalleled contribution to our community.
As president of the Green River Educational Foundation, which is the foundation exclusively for the support of the Owensboro Community College, I want to express my most sincere appreciation to those individuals and companies that contributed to this portrait. By the way, those names are listed in an insert in your programs. So on behalf of the Green River Educational Foundation, it has been a pleasure to assist the college in this important endeavor. Thank you.
Speaker Blanford, we are deeply grateful for all you have done for us. In token of our appreciation for you, we will hang a print of this portrait on the outside wall of the lecture hall in the Humanities Building, which will be named the Blanford Lecture Hall. The original portrait will be displayed with honor in the administration boardroom.
Thank you very much. This is the first time I have seen that. I'm sorry to do that to you here on this pretty afternoon. When the Citizens Committee, and you got a briefing a few moments ago about my first contact with the Citizens Committee, they said, "Don, we've studied, we've come up with the priority for this community, something we need, we think will certainly benefit this community for the future, and we need your help." I was thinking, I didn't tell them this, I was thinking in the back of my mind, piece of cake. Speaker of the House, Chairman of the Rules Committee, member of the Committee on Committees that allocates bills, appoints committees, appoints committee chairman, appoints the conference committees, helps write the budgets. But I said, let me get back to you. So when I went out and I first talked to a bunch of business people, some reporters and education advocates across the country, across the state, and found out that it wasn't going to be quite as easy as what I thought. They said, "Don, you got to be crazy. There's not going to be any more community colleges in Kentucky. The book's closed. We can't even take care of what we have." I'm losing the program. They said there's even a law against any more community colleges. The statute's on the books that says there won't be any more community colleges. Well, I didn't know all this. They also pointed out to me there was a list of priorities established by the Council on Higher Education, which the legislature and the governor goes by in determining priorities as far as spending on community colleges. Of course, we weren't on that list because we weren't a community college. But anyway, I came back and reported to them that I still think we can do it, but I did need a well-documented and certainly justification for what I was doing. I went to Delbert Murphy and Lewis Johnson, Sam McElroy. I knew the first thing I had to do was have the support of the legislators from this area. And they were hearing the same thing I was. Very pessimistic reports from around the state as to the possibility of another community college being established at that time. But they said we can do it, let's go for it. And certainly with their support, we did go forward and were successful. And I'm very pleased and proud to have been at least a small part in bringing this beautiful facility to Owensboro and Davis County. I do believe, as was mentioned earlier, that this is the start, it was the start of a change of morale, a change of atmosphere, a change of feeling for people in Davis County. It made us feel good about ourselves. We'd been on the ropes for a while, but I think this was the start. Since then, we've had some more good things happen to us. They are talking about us around the state. They are talking about Owensboro. The Courier-Journal today had a positive article on the front page relating to Owensboro, the 3 colleges here in Owensboro. They're still on my case about something else. They haven't gotten off of that, but they were positive about Owensboro, which I appreciated. If you recall back when we first started this process, the Courier-Journal was, the Lexington Herald, their editorials were kind of vicious toward Owensboro. Speaker of the House using politics, using his office to get a community college for his hometown, and they were, I thought, kind of vicious at that time, and sometimes they still are toward me, but as long as they're nice to Owensboro and say good things about Owensboro, then I can cope with that and have learned to live with it. There's so many people that I need to thank, the people who brought this about today, this beautiful honor. It's kind of overwhelming for an old country boy from Philpott, believe me. And certainly the ones who helped to bring this facility here, it's been several years in coming. We still have some work to do. We're still not too high on that priority list, but we're moving up, and we're at least on the priority list. And so that's positive. And again, I rededicate myself and certainly I know our other legislators here to doing what we can to see that this facility grows and pays dividends for this community for years to come. Again, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support, what you've done for me over the years, and my staff. I want to say a special thanks to them. They did a lot of the work in moving these bills through the legislature, and it took several bills. We had, like I said, we had to repeal the law that said we couldn't have one to start with. And it took several bills and several pieces of legislation by the time we came from, made ourselves a subsidiary or a branch of Henderson Community College to the time we became a full-blown community college. I think and I hope that it has helped to bring the higher education community around the state together. When I first took on the project, it was kind of a viciousness out there. It seemed that anyone that had a community college, that had a college, had theirs and didn't want anyone else to have one. But that has changed. Certainly, I get good response. I'm welcome on any campus in the state now, and certainly that has changed. And I think they now see that Owensboro wasn't trying to take anything away from them, wasn't trying to dilute what they had, but just that we wanted to offer the same quality, low-cost education for our people that they had had for years and had learned to take for granted. Again, thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate being part of the program, and I hope the portrait hanging in the hall doesn't scare too many students off.
Super job, Speaker Blanford. Governor's Office, Secretary Taylor, other dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to speak today on behalf of my co-chairman, Dr. Bill Chandler, other members of the Owensboro Citizens Committee on Education, and all of the members and citizens of Owensboro and Davis County. Obviously, we are proud of this college, this campus, this community, and we are honored to be a part of this dedication today. The Citizens Committee met at noon today to honor some of our former and present members. These people were responsible for creating the Citizens Committee, analyzing the community's higher education needs, studying various possible solutions, charting a course of action, building a strong public consensus for a community college in our region, and then working to help this college become a reality for our future. During this process, our friends in Frankfort, our friends at UK, our friends in the surrounding counties, our friends in elementary and secondary education in this region have supported the efforts to bring a community college to Owensboro. Hundreds have played an important role, and dozens have played an absolutely critical role. The short histories of OCC and the Citizens Committee are textbook cases of how citizens can band together and make things happen when they persist and when they keep a clear focus on the needs of their fellow citizens. If I started naming all the people that were responsible for us being here today, I'd dig quite a hole for myself, because so many people have been so important, from John Hager, who pioneered the Citizens Committee and the efforts who have brought us here to today, all the way to the staff member who helped to mow the lawn for this dedication. To all of you, we share our appreciation for what has occurred and what will occur for generations to come. The Citizens Committee is committed to keep on going. The future of Owensboro area rests in our ability to educate and to train these students who are here today and the ones who will be here tomorrow. Our futurists tell us there will be plenty of jobs for those people of Owensboro, Davis County, Commonwealth of Kentucky, and our nation. We just won't have the training to fill all those jobs. The economic future of our region clearly rests on the shoulders of our educational future. Let's all commit ourselves today to keep working together to make that future a very bright future. Thank you.
Speaker Blanford, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to dedicate these beautiful new facilities for Owensboro Community College, and we're here to celebrate a success that all of you have been a part of in some way. I think all of us are really pleased when we can be a part of having pulled something off successfully, and I think all of us ought to feel just a little bit of pleasure at that today, because truly this has been a successful effort. I like what Don Blanford said a while ago when he indicated that he felt that this community college was the beginning of a success story for Owensboro, Davis County, and the surrounding area, which was changing the way people looked at themselves in this part of the state after feeling down for some period of time. Because I sensed that as somewhat of an outsider to Owensboro. I sensed that attitude here, and I didn't really believe that the community in the area really truly ought to have felt that way, but I understand some of the reasons for it, and I'm just pleased that Owensboro Community College can have been a part of what I hope can be perceived as a little bit of a turnaround of heading this community in this area in what I think is a direction that's only up for all of us. I'd like to express my appreciation today to the members of the Citizens Committee, to John Hager and Roger McCormick and all along the line, and more recently to Malcolm Bryant and Bill Chandler, the people who've provided leadership to the Citizens Committee throughout time and who have helped make this program successful. They've been the moving force behind it. To the members of the General Assembly, to Louis Johnson and to Delbert Murphy, to Sam McElroy, and particularly to Speaker Blanford, let me again express my deep appreciation for what all of you have done in helping bring about this great success for Owensboro. Don also said a few minutes ago that we might not have had everybody in the state behind us in this effort. We talked a little bit about that at lunch, and my statement to that was we had all the right people behind us. And if I learned quite some time ago that if you've got a cause that's just, that's right, that needs to be done, and you identify the right people, you can get the job done, even if everybody in the state is not in favor of what you're trying to do. And then they grudgingly will come along when they see what you were trying to do was right from the beginning. I sincerely feel that that's the case here when we were working on Owensboro Community College, and I want to say publicly again in his presence to Don Blanford that we really did have to have and did have his strong leadership and support in getting this job done, and I very much deeply appreciate that. As a friend, I do know what he did do, and I saw firsthand, experienced what he experienced in the General Assembly that helped get this job done, and I very much appreciate his leadership. This community college is just beginning. We're establishing what we hope to be a tradition of excellence here. I'm pleased with what the faculty and staff have accomplished in the brief time that the college has been open, and I believe we're setting a stage for the future that will only lead to bigger and better things for Owensboro and the surrounding areas. To Jim McDaniel, to the leadership he's provided, I'm thankful for that, and I'm certainly comfortable with the way this college is going, and I'm pleased with the kind of faculty and staff he's recruiting and pulling together here to chart the direction for this college in the future. The future is what we are all about here today. When we dedicate these facilities, we're looking down the line also to what we can be doing. I think that this college, to be successful, must continually look at what the community needs and wants. We've heard expression today at noon about the kinds of things from telecommunication to technical programs to opportunities for people in this area to get low-cost public higher education. This is an example, ladies and gentlemen, of a group's doing what it set out to do. It wanted to increase the college going rate of the high school graduates in this area. It wanted to provide low-cost opportunity for adults, for people in this area who needed to have education beyond high school and had been out of high school for some time. It wanted to establish, in my opinion, an economic development focus. It wanted to get in place an educational institution whose prime focus was to help with the economic development of this area and to tie education and economic development together at the post-high school level. So Owensboro Community College has done to this stage, I believe, what you set out for it to do. Its job is by no means done yet, but I do believe that with the facilities we've got here, with the space, if you will, to grow and to accomplish what people have dreamed, then I believe you'll see this college go on to providing the kind of services to this community in this area that the Citizens Committee saw from the very beginning, and some of the rest of us just happen to be in a place to help a little bit.
Thanks. It pleases me to be here from Lexington and bring greetings from the University of Kentucky. It's an outstanding facility, to be sure. I suppose marked mostly by its visibility and by its wonderful architecture, for which we're grateful to our architect friends. Thanks very much. A community college is a bit different than any other kind of college in the sense that it has a bit different campus. Indeed, the whole community is the campus. And the whole service area of this community college will continue to be its campus. Community college is also different because its name is so terribly descriptive. It really is the college of the community. To get this community college started, as you've all heard now, has required great support from this community. To make this community college really achieve its potential will require continued support from the community. And we're confident that the people of Owensboro and of Davis County will provide that kind of support. We thank you for what we've done. We look forward to being participants with you in the future of the college. Thanks very much.
One of the hazards of being vain is that if you don't wear your glasses, you can't read. I suspect some of you gathered that we very subtly made a switch in the program today. And if I hadn't said something, probably many of you wouldn't even have realized it. At this time, I'm going to ask Rex Robertson, if he will, to please come forward.